It's lit now. Shout out EmEz and tune in to the sit down.
Check. EmEz. What's up, Brody?
Thank you for coming. This is the sit down. And welcome to the sit down. It's your guy EmEz. We here. Across from me this afternoon. Some of you might know him as Young Lucius. I almost messed up. See, Young Lucius. But Jeremy Carver's in the building. Thank you for coming, sir.
Yo, thank you for having me, bro.
Acting as someone that's already a big star. How does that work for you? Is there any like pensiveness does he point out like that's not how I would do things?
Actually, I thought it would be that way, but we actually never see each other like on set at all. Like it's like we're in two different worlds. Like I'm literally in like a flashback world, and he's in the real world, I guess.
Gotcha. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't set this up properly. He's from Empire, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of a big show on Fox. I don't know if you've heard about it, but yeah. So how did you get the role?
Oh man, like that was crazy in itself. I had just moved to New York.
Where are you from originally?
North Carolina, Fayetteville.
Okay.
And I had just moved to New York from South Florida, and I got this email that said Young Lucius, and I was like, what? I don't know what this is. I thought it said Young Luscious at first.
Yo, stop. I'm gonna stop you right here.
I'm gonna
stop you right here.
When you see you're like, is this Lucius?
I'm gonna stop you. My assistant said they call him Young Luscious. I said, don't do that. Don't make me come over here and say the wrong thing on the TV.
Yeah.
But even he said it. Go ahead, continue.
That's how it looked. So I was like, oh no, man. So I just sent it to my mom's real quick and like, yo, what you think about this? You know? And she was like, you better not be out there doing no porn, I'm like, I don't think that's what it is, like it's I think it's like a real thing. And so anyways, they wanted a picture, I sent that shit in and that was it,
Do you feel you resemble a Young Lucius?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought I did. I
Gotcha.
was like
This is the sit down. Jeremy Carver's in the building. So besides for Empire, what else have you done?
Actually, Empire was my first acting.
Oh, nice.
Ever.
That's gotta be, like a big situation. Your very first shot is on Empire.
Yeah, man. Like it was nerve-wracking. It was nervous. It was like a Cinderella story, as Leah Daniels said, because she was the one who basically I was interacting with in the beginning processes. Because she does casting for them.
Okay.
So it was pretty crazy.
That's insane.
Life changed in like 3 months.
So what were you doing before that?
Oh man, I was working at the Lobster Pound in Brooklyn. Yeah,
I love me some lobster too.
I mean, I was just hustling. I wasn't doing nothing.
How did your life change? In what manner? Like you can't go back to the lobster spot. Like you didn't go back to work than that. Like what did you do after it? Like when the first episode that you were in, where were you and what was the reaction?
Man, I was in Coney Island because I was living in like Bensonhurst. And I had some homies down there. So we was just chilling, whatever. And then the first episode came on. I was like, I had already had to quit my job because they had called me back a bunch of times. And the first time it was already weird because I was like, I just got there and everybody was like, oh, I'm an actress, or I'm a comedian, I do music, and
You're like,
I'm like, I just got here. I'm just here to pursue my dreams, And probably like 2 months later, I'm like, yo, to the manager, like, I need like a week off so I can go like film this episode for this TV show. And he was like, what? What you talking about? Like, for real? And I was like, yeah, man, like Empire, like they called me, I'm gonna be like on the show, and they were like,
and he knew, and he
was like, for real? Like, he's like, yeah, well, go ahead. Like,
and they let you go?
Yeah.
Oh,
I came back, I had a job and shit. Like,
oh, that's
he
dope.
was gracious about it. I was like thankful because, they don't pay you right away. It's like 90 days.
You gotta wait. Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, I still gotta pay the rent, and he was working with me, so it was cool.
Did you move to New York in plans of chasing your dream, or how did that work?
Yeah, I was working down in Florida at like a car dealership, and I was like, yo, I'm tired of this. And I gave them a month's notice, and I was like, I'm out, moving to New York.
That's it.
And packed my 2 bags, and I came up here, and I just got on the ground and started working.
So what's next? Now that you've got the Empire under your belt, what's next for Jeremy Carver?
Next, I mean, there's definitely gonna be some more film stuff. I'll be in front of the in front of the camera, but also behind the camera as well. There's a pilot I'm gonna be shooting this month.
Okay.
With the writer is Elliot Lyles. He was on The Wire.
Okay.
Get that wrong. And also I got auditions coming up and stuff. And
See,
also,
once your face is out there, the auditions start coming. They start calling for you, correct?
yeah, I mean, it was like overwhelming at first because I didn't know. Again, like I wasn't trained for this. I didn't go to school for acting and all that. So I really did this like, like, what you want me to do? Like, where should I look?
Uh-huh.
And so it was really like all on the fly, like learning. So I had to learn how to audition. Like that's really where the work is. Like in that audition room, you really gotta go into this imaginary world and make everything that's on that paper come to life.
It's definitely tough. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you've got things you're working on behind the scenes. What is that like? Delve into that a little more, please.
Well, I got some projects, a script that I'm writing right now that's basically based loosely on my family and then also what I viewed in the world growing up as someone being of mixed nationalities.
Okay.
I'm Irish, Japanese, and African.
Jeez.
So, like it was and I grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, so it was really different, Like my whole family is black, but,
One light-skinned kid got you. Listen, my nephew, shout out to my nephew Damien, and my son may even have that problem. They're very fair-skinned, when everybody else around them are very dark, so it looks like, where did you come from?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, you was adopted. I'm like, I'm the oldest, though. Like.
Got you. You said you didn't go to school for it. That's something you just walked into. So what are some advice for someone that wants to be in the position you're in now? You can't just tell them be lucky like you.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't think it was luck at all. I actually asked. I put out into the universe, like the very first episode the show aired. I was like, yo, I want to be on this show.
Really?
And, yeah. Like,
oh.
It was weird because my mom had told me about it, and I hadn't been watching television at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, oh, no, come over. You got to see it, blah, blah. Terrence Howard's in it. And I was like, oh, we're like, because he's one of my favorite actors. So I was like, okay. And then after that day, I was like, man, I want to be on this show. I don't care, like, what I got to do. If I got to be like a illegitimate child or something, it'll let me in, And so when I got here, it just seemed like it was like God was like,
meant to
be.
There you go. This is what you asked for. Right? There you go.
Young Lucius.
There you go. So what's your relationship with other cast members? You cool with them?
Yeah, I mean, I get to see them sometimes on set, like walking through, but like I said before, it's like two different worlds. I rarely get to see them. But yeah, I've met them. I met just about everybody, actually. All the main cast, and they're all super cool people.
If there was another role on the show, whose role would you take?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I always like the roles of like the sons, like they're so dynamic. So it's like a piece of Big Lucius, each one. So I always did kind of I always liked Hakeem, like his vibe or whatever.
Gotcha.
And then Andre, he was like the smart gangster, pretty much like sneaky and shit. But I don't know, like, yeah, I'd probably say like Andre.
Gotcha. Last question. If they were going to cast a movie about your life, who would you want to play you besides you? And you can't play you.
About me. Who would I pick?
Because I've got somebody in mind.
Yeah? Who? I'm trying to think right now. Like
Jesse Williams.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Should I pause? Should I pause that? Pause. Oh, I saw Jesse Williams in my head.
No, I've actually gotten that a lot. People was like, "Oh my God, you look like that guy for Grey's Anatomy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Who?" Because I didn't watch the show, and they showed me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, all right, yeah." We do look like little.
Listen,
brother.
Thanks for coming.
Man,
I appreciate you. Let them know how to get in contact with you, how to follow you, be a part of the whole, I was just going to say Young Lucius wave, but it's not the Young Lucius wave. It's the Jeremy Carter wave. Go ahead, let them know.
Carter wave, you can follow me on Instagram at Jeremy_L_Carver. Same thing for Twitter. And just be on the lookout. Got some cool projects coming out.
And that's where we ended. Jeremy, thank you for coming again. And this was The Sit Down, ladies and gentlemen.
It's lit now. Shout out EmEz and tune in to the sit down.
Check. EmEz. What's up, Brody?
Thank you for coming. This is the sit down.